Attention passionate Dallas, COWBOYS. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Dallas Cowboys' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Dallas Cowboys fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Dallas, COWBOYS. Let's get to the news now. Folks, buckle up because what we're witnessing right now could be one of the most strategic moves in recent Cowboys history. Rumors are swirling, and the NFL insiders are buzzing about a potential blockbuster trade that might reshape the Cowboys' defensive core for the foreseeable future. No, I'm not talking about a minor addition or a role player. This is about bringing in a player who could instantly elevate the entire secondary and give Dallas that extra edge they've been craving. The name? Kyle Dugger, safety of the New England Patriots. And here's the kicker. The Cowboys are reportedly willing to send a second-round pick in 2026 in exchange for Dugger. Now, I know what some of you are thinking, that's a hefty price, but let's think about what that could mean for Dallas. The NFL sources, people who are well-connected within the league, have been murmuring about this deal for several days now. Adam Schefter and others have echoed the buzz, emphasizing that the Patriots, currently sitting at a 2-6 record and in the midst of a rebuild, are looking to shed some veteran talent to rebuild with younger players, especially under the new regime post-Belichick. They have roughly $2 million in cap space, which is not a lot but enough to make strategic moves that can help them accumulate draft picks and young talent. On the other side, the Cowboys are sitting at 341, with a lot of room in their cap space, about $31. $2 million, and a pressing need to shore up their secondary, especially after the injuries that have decimated their defensive backfield. Let's talk about those injuries because they are a huge factor here. With Wilson sidelined due to an elbow injury, Hooker on IR with a finger injury, and Thomas being questionable, the Cowboys' secondary has been vulnerable. And that's putting it lightly. This defense, which has always been a hallmark of the team, especially under defensive coordinator Dan Quinn, has struggled to contain opponents and generate the consistent pressure and coverage necessary to contend at a high level. Dugger, at 29 years old, is a player who could bring that much-needed versatility. He's a hybrid safety and line of scrimmage player, capable of playing closer to the box or dropping back into coverage, depending on what the situation demands. And folks, this is where it gets interesting. Dugger's profile fits perfectly with the Cowboys' current needs. Last season, he played 7 games, recording 17 tackles, 7 solo, and 10 assists. His PFF grade, which was negatively impacted early in the year due to hamstring injuries, has improved significantly. His 2025 stats show a player who can tackle explosively, with 7 tackles in just 7 games, and a PFF grade of 58.0, which is decent considering the injury setback. His career stats are impressive, with over 441 tackles, 3 sacks, and 12 interceptions, showing a player with a nose for the ball and the ability to make game-changing plays. Now, I want to pause here for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Dallas Cowboys news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick, and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let's continue with the big reveal. This trade, if it happens, could be a game-changer for the Cowboys. Bringing Dugger into the fold would add around 80 projected tackles to the team's total, along with at least 3 interceptions, giving Dallas a much more dynamic and aggressive secondary. His presence, alongside Kearse, who's been solid with a PFF grade of 80.1, can transform the backend into a hybrid unit similar to what some of the best defenses in the league have employed. Think of it as a strategic upgrade that could reduce the opposing quarterback's rating from around 90 down to 78, making it much harder for teams to pass effectively against Dallas. And this isn't just about individual stats. It's about how the entire defensive unit can improve. Parsons, for example, with a PFF grade of 91.2, would benefit from more turnovers, which would give him more chances to showcase his explosiveness. The unit as a whole could see a jump in run support, with PFF grades rising to over 82.4, and a significant reduction in points allowed per game, dropping from 26 to potentially 21. This kind of improvement could turn the Cowboys from a decent team into a legitimate contender, especially as they look to solidify their position within the NFC and push deep into the playoffs. Let's talk about the playoff implications, because the numbers are telling us what could be a major shift. The current odds of Dallas winning the Super Bowl stand at around plus 8,000, but with this kind of defensive upgrade, those odds could shorten dramatically, possibly to plus 4,000. That's a huge jump, and it's all about that added blitz pressure in critical moments, especially during the playoffs. The Cowboys have a real shot at turning these upgrades into a deep postseason run, and it could all hinge on this move. Looking at the bigger picture historically, trades involving safeties like Kevin Byard have turned teams into defensive juggernauts. It's not a stretch to say that Duggar could be that kind of impact player for Dallas. His ability to contribute in multiple ways, covering, tackling, rushing the passer, makes him a perfect fit for the Cowboys' versatile defense. And if he performs as expected, this could be the pivotal move that elevates Dallas from a good team to a true Super Bowl contender. Now, let's consider the Patriots' side of this equation. They are in a bit of a limbo right now. The priorities are clear, cap space is tight, and they're focusing on rebuilding their offensive line, which has averaged a PFF grade of just 65-1. Their defense, which is allowing 28 points per game, is also in flux. Losing Duggar, who has shown flashes of elite play, might accelerate the development of their rookies, but also leaves a gap in their secondary. The Patriots are clearly in a rebuild mode, and perhaps they view Duggar as a valuable asset that can fetch them future draft capital, especially as they look to reset after a tough start to the season. For the Cowboys, though, this move makes a ton of sense. They're in a position where they can't afford to wait. Their secondary has been exposed, especially with the absence of Wilson, Hooker, and Thomas. Bringing in Duggar would immediately upgrade their coverage, add depth, and inject some much-needed aggression into the backend. His ability to support the run, combined with his coverage skills, makes him a perfect fit for what Dallas needs right now. And with the NFC East tightly contested, every game counts. This move could be the difference maker that pushes the Cowboys into a higher echelon and boosts their chances of making a deep playoff run, perhaps even bringing them a step closer to another Super Bowl appearance. And now, Dallas Cowboys fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential trade? Do you think Duggar is the missing piece that can push this team over the edge? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Dallas Cowboys. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Dallas Cowboys news. This move, if it happens, could be a pivotal moment in the Cowboys' season. It's not just about filling a roster spot. It's about making a statement, about telling the league and their opponents that Dallas is serious about contending now, not just in the future. Duggar's versatility, combined with the team's strategic approach, could set a new tone for what's to come in the NFC. And for us fans, it's about dreaming big, believing in the process, and hoping that this season will be remembered as the one where Dallas finally got back to the promised land. So keep your eyes peeled, stay passionate, and let's see how this story unfolds. Because right now, the Dallas Cowboys are on the verge of making a bold move that could define their season, and we'll be here to bring you all the updates, analysis, and insights every step of the way. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, go Cowboys.